So we're getting into the middle of March here. It was a beautiful 53 degrees at my house today. Bright sunshine. Things are really progressing super well. Last week, I put some of those internal braces in the aquarium and Jolene made me wear the same shirt again with the silicone on it. Oh, there's Ollie. He can help. Ollie, you're gonna come along with us to help? Let's go. Last week it was challenging. Those were some pieces of glass that were a little bit bigger, but this week we're putting the runners on. So we've got these really long pieces on here, and I asked Big Red to help us. I need an extra body to do this today. Nick helping us with this. Normally it's fishing and we're on the boat fishing, but today he's gonna help with the gluing of some silicone. So basically what we're doing is we're cheating again. We're gonna put on some guides, basically what they are. They will help us when we put the piece on that we don't overlay it too much when we put the strip up here. So this will keep us from going over the edge with it too much. It's a stop point for when we put it on top, it doesn't roll over. So I'm gonna put 6 of those on. This gives us a baseline to start from, and the rest should be really, really easy when we get to that point. I mark off the area by where the silicone's going, so that's 5.5. So this piece here is touching the glass. The middle is touching the glass. The run is touching the glass. But you can touch anywhere here. So when we lift it up together, we're gonna do this. The silicone's touching here and the silicone's touching here. It's not touching where my hand is. That's over inside the tank. Now let's pick it up. Hold it like that. That's how we're gonna put it into the black things and then down. I'm gonna pick up one at a time and literally put them in place. Use these as guides, and then I'll use the clamps to clamp them down after the fact. This is Nick's first time doing it, so hopefully he doesn't blow it, nor do I, but we're gonna go and start here. And then these here, I'm normally gonna put in a good amount of silicone. We're gonna clamp these up after the fact, so you'll see how the silicone squeezes out. We're gonna do this side first. One of the challenges we have is that he's way taller than me and this is over my reach. So I gotta find something to put on the floor that I can step on top of that's gonna give me some height advantage. Oh yeah, that's perfect. This side is the side that's going down. We're gonna pick it up. I'm gonna use my guide on my side. Okay, go ahead and go down with it. That's pretty good, actually, not bad. So now I'll get the clamps out. See how the silicone just squeezes out so nicely? You can see how the bubbles come right out because of the clamp going on, but we don't want it to be too much. And this is where the shirt comes in handy. When the silicone's already on it, I can just wipe it all over my shirt and Jolene won't even know. So the key is we don't want it to go out more than the front of the tank, because obviously we have to put a frame on top still, but you can see the bubbles going right out. So this is kind of our guide here, right? You see this tab? I use that tab as my cheat piece. So right up there, you can see that the silicone hasn't gone all the way through, and I can just simply wedge in some silicone to fill in that gap. You could always do it after it dries up as well, but you can see me squeezing the silicone right through the seam. You can only do this while it's still wet. You can't do it later. It's not perfect like Bob might do it, but it's good enough. So we filled in most of that gap. We can always backfill it after the fact, but we don't really need to. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So when you tighten up that silicone, what you're gonna find out is the clamp might be loose again. So you can actually, because it's squeezed out, you can tighten it up even more. And did it really squeeze out good?
Oh, it squeezed out all right.
So we're looking really good there. We're gonna go do the next one. Do I need the height challenge on that side? No, I'm actually on top of here. First things first, silicone. Okay, you got the guide right on that end. Tell me when to put it down. You good? Okay, so we just let it sit. No big rush, no big rush. Okay, clamps. So it has a tendency to want to walk when you tighten it, so you have to really pay attention. So any adjustment you make on one side, because again, the clamp is turning to the right, it has a tendency to adjust the other side. So you always, before you think you're done, need to go look at it one more time. It's not pushing out either way or falling off or anything crazy.
By the slightest little hair.
We have end caps and center caps. So in the middle, I already pre-measured it, is 23. And I have literally 23 and about 3/16. And in the middle, I again have 23 and a solid eighth. And on this end, I have 23 and a solid eighth. This end is the tightest end. So I may pull it just a little bit here towards the back and double check the front, which is pretty flush. And that way we have enough space to put in the braces. So if you come over here, the next braces are a little under 23. So these end caps and the center caps will fit. So if you didn't double check that beforehand, you might end up not being able to fit these and you'd have to cut these. So I double checked that all the way. It's 100% ready to go. We'll probably install those next week, put the overflow boxes on and call it a day. Remember to like, subscribe, and if you need an extra hand, you can find Big Red.